Sounds pretty good. So here we go. Welcome back to Anachronox. This is part 8. For those of you who are just joining us, we are on Sunder Station Station. We arrived here last episode and had got ourselves some spiffy new clothes so that we look like scientists, as well as getting us a couple of tickets to Sunder and getting Pal some extra knowledge to hopefully get past the brain bouncer. We were about to go into the road tubes to do some of the side quests, but there is one thing that I want to try first, as if you remember from last time, we got a crystal for Grumpos, and he went to meditate on it and got a new ability. However, we missed a crystal back on Anachronox. So what I'm going to try to do is get back to Anachronox and see if we can recover that crystal so we can get Grumpos' ability. So we came in on gate 4. Hopefully this allows us to go back. If it doesn't, no big deal. We'll just progress later. And I don't think it does. Can't let us on board without tickets. You can actually buy tickets back to it. $100 a person. As much as I'd actually like to go get that ability, I'm not going to spend $100 of our cash getting back to Anachronox. We will have more later, and the ability isn't that important. There are some things that we do want to nab while we're here, though. The Lounge of Commerce, which I thought was closed, is actually open. I apparently just missed the door that we needed to use, so we're going to head back there. Check it out. Walking into the doors, and there's no click option. Oh, wait, there it goes. Apparently hadn't hit quite the right trigger. Taco. Zinky Zoma. Hey, step the hell away from my taco, Death Wish. I lost them all. Twice. I bet you think I'm stupid. First I get hooked on the latest fad. Tacos. Collect them all, they said. Everybody's got one, they said. Then the scandal. The internal memo leaked that taco stands for totally arbitrary collectible objects. They were laughing in the face of the consumer. We were all duped. Then the taco burnings, the suicides. Some people had spent all their savings on them when the bottom fell out. But I kept mine. I kept them. I still love them. Then I fell on hard times. I sold everything. My sled, my furniture. Finally I had to sell the collection for chump change. And then a year later their popularity resurged. People were retro proud to own them, and everyone who had them made a mint. Not me, I was penniless. But I worked my way back up. I have money now. But there's no tacos on the market. Collectors hoard them. They're status symbols. Everyone I see and can't have mocks me. I need to heal this wound, this pain I've had eating away at me for so long. Could you help me? If you can find tacos for me, I'll reward you handsomely. I have contacts. Please? Well, we do have several tacos. You found a taco. Cool, here's a little something in appreciation. Find some more and I'll give you something cooler. The upgrade is complete. You found 5 tacos. Amazing, here's a little something in appreciation. Find some more and I'll give you something cooler. 5 time binder tears. And apparently he wants more tacos before he'll talk to us again. Heron Carroll. Look at him. Does he think we don't know? Does he think we are ever going to respect him? I'm talking about that little clone over there. He's one of Deda's kids. Accuse him of dirty money and he'll cry foul, insisting Deda's gone legit. It's the same old story. Deda may be a big fish in Anachronox where everyone's scrounging for money, but he'll find it a very different story up here. Every couple of years you get small-time hoods who make it big back on whatever armpit they crawled out from under. Now they want to exploit the wealth of Sunder Station. But the Sunder Economic and Trade Commission is much too tough a nut to crack for that class of man. I mean, look at his suit. Although you're rather shabbily dressed, I can tell by your demeanor that you were once a person of wealth. You've got that look in your eye of a man who lost everything. As the Berbulans say, may you live in better times. Grief. Kill. Murder. Rage. That unbelievable Sheezer. He took my sail. It was my sail. I earned it. What did he do for it? He stabbed me in the back. I was about to sign a multi-million loony deal with a client. The fees would have set me clean for months, but someone from my firm, my own firm, called him and told him it was a bad deal, turning it around to make a buck for himself. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. This is a call to action. I'm not going to stand for this. I want some response here. I'm going to call my regional and tell him he needs to turn this thing around. I mean, the guy blew it out to make his own fees. We're in the same firm and he sabotaged me, stabbed me in the back, quicker than... I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Herring Rock. You sure you want to be seen talking to me? I'm a representative for Datacorp. Well, it's nice to see that not everybody around here is so judgmental. People jump to conclusions about me, you know? I can't say I don't blame them. There ain't no use denying that Mr. Data has a questionable background. I can't deny that. But he runs a clean business now. Honestly, I should know. I'm on his board of directors. In addition to being a legitimate businessman, Vendelin Data is quite an erudite gentleman. Not only is he a generous benefactor of the cultural arts, he also owns one of the largest private collections of mistech in the galaxy. Problem is, his reputation's in the toilet. All the rumors about his background make it hard to broker inner deals. Hell, I can't even get a drink. The bartender says it's because she can't see me behind the bar. What are you laughing at? You laughing at me? No, I'd rather not be the center of your amusement. Excuse me. Pick your poison. Okay. 2 lots for purpose. Listen, if you're down on your luck, there's a lady at the Royal Penthouse Suites who's always looking for someone to do odd jobs for her. Her name's Contessa Shiverson. Tell her Mulafray sent you. And I believe that was the art collector or what have you that we were talking to there earlier. Time Minder, which we will pet in just a moment. Mr. Wibble, I just let everything in a bad investment with some Gorian businessmen. My life is over. I can't even win at song. Pet the Time Minder while we're here. David Salsa. You cast an interesting shadow on the wall as you came through the hall. You ever notice what your silhouette looks like? I've heard some good things about you. Yorokan speaks highly, and I speak highly of Yorokan, so it's all good, right? He says you might make easy and do some resistance work for me while we are up here. He says you're a punch-out king, eager for the physical. So why don't you look over my shoulder? See the clone at the bar? You might remember wading through his aftershave. That squirt works for Data. There's a heavy Gorian presence here in the station. Less so in the commons where the decent folks mingle, but down in the road tubes and beyond in the red light. Mostly he's here trying to smooth over relations with Data's drug connection. The Gorians suspect Data knocked off one of their runners in the bricks for an easy profit. I figure he's got an ulterior motive for being here. I sure would like to know what it is. The two of us, and a little something in Squirt's drink, I'm sure we can figure it out. There's an apothecary, oh why mince words, a drug dealer who could provide a mild sleeping agent we could slip into his drink. I'd hunt him down myself, but I'm afraid I'd lose Squirt. If you're willing, sniff out the drug seller and drop back here with some sleep eye. I'll keep an eye on Squirt. Don't worry, I'm watching his shadow on the wall. You better find that dealer and buy something to spike Squirt's drink. He's getting fidgety over there. And of course, if you remember from one of our earlier episodes, we were the ones who actually took out the drug dealer. are going to grab a megalocephalic Wendy from the Vendomart, as that will most likely come in handy later. My little megalocephalic Wendy, a definite must for any young girl, and a probable must for any young boy. Wendy's massive spherical cranium ensures cuteness far superior to most ordinary dolls, and she floats better too. The doll comes with 35 collectible containers and says 9 separate phrases, including, "Let's go buy more containers," and "Which container looks the prettiest?" Have yourself an incredible evening tonight, and every night, with megalocephalic Wendy. And that should have shown up in our inventory. Right there. Out. Heading back into this dormitory real quick, because there is a little red Petrie in here, which we missed the first time. Considering how they usually hide them, missing them isn't terribly surprising. Guy is right up there. Hopefully it's a good enough photograph. Let's see if it actually credited us immediately. Not yet. So we'll have to turn that in when we next go to Anachronox. There's somebody who can help us get a certificate in the Science Museum. Tuck in here real quick. Try talking to him with a different character. Alright, there's apparently a small bit of misinformation. That's alright, we should be okay still. Pal has the specs to afford one. Off to the road tubes. If we're gonna explore the road tubes, we better change out of these lab coats. It's filthy down there. Should we enter the road tubes now? Don't worry, we'll be changing back into them on the way out. And pet the time binder, as this is kind of a mini dungeon. Trader Bot Rolo, walk or walk. Ow. Screen yourself. Smack him. Quick. Boots levels up. That's the way we came in. Here's where it's good to look around. Free heal grease is always nice. And something for a pal to hack. Got ourselves an exit. Well, I guess not so much an exit as a route further into the road tubes. And a glodent. Kill him. Because that works too. That boot shoot. We use less turns to actually walk away, so. Yeah, let's grab those. 2. Fighting over here. like I can see those things. Well, this is the nice thing about the Quake 2 engine. Anything that's small is going to be an item that you can pick up. It has all the... You've probably seen all the terrain, and the environment is generally in very large polygons. Relatively speaking. Slick Janaman, looking verily for flavored goods, your eyes wide for consumption. We don't need tickets to Sunder, because we've got ours already. Soporific wander dust for sleepiness and drink, purchase from your 100 loony. Yep, that's what we want, because we want to get that guy to sleep so we can get some stuff from him. Excellent. Dissolving quickly in alcohol. No taste, no color. Brain will wander until sleeps. Let's continue on, as we still have yet to find a body to photograph. Aha, there's a body. Grab the gloatant. Pet the time minder. And pull up the camera. Someone fried the panel that opens this door. Hey, that guy was right. Someone shot this panel apart. Idiot. In short, this is a place where we can't progress right now. This panel is completely jacked. So sadly, no red light district for us. However, we did get the two things we needed for our side quests, which is the sleeping powder and the picture of the dead body. So back we go. Little guy. Really? You'll buy me a drink? You hear that, girl? This gent says he'll buy me a drink. I'll put it on his tab. Here you go, Ace. Down the hatch. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is some strong paint. Man, it's been a day. Quite a day. One of those days. One of them long days. It's hard, you know, having to face these businessmen. You know they all think you're a chump because you work for Detta. Some of them play it off. Most of them are rude. Hey, this is some good swill. Thanks again. Detta. He ain't such a bad egg. Took us in. Alvin and the rest of us clones. Treats us like people, you know? That Detta's got a big heart. He's even nice to the floaters. He appreciates talent. Doesn't matter if someone's got wings or if someone's a clone. Not only am I a clone, I got a big metal fist. Holy class, I'm almost done with my drink. It ain't easy, you know, when you're a clone. We're all different peoples, you know? That's what no one understands about us at all. Are you warbling? Well, looky here. There was a note in his inside pocket. Inventory actually tell us what it is. Not. Shorty's note. Held in an envelope emblazoned with a big D. Let me have a look at that note. Interesting. Data's got some business with someone on Sunder named Zwen. Too bad we don't have any agents on Sunder. Can't seem to get anyone past that brain bouncer character. Hell, we even have the keyword to make contact. Gemini. Oh well, at least Data won't be getting whatever Zwen's delivering. I'm gonna pass the word about Gemini and Zwen. Little good it'll do us, but at least Data won't be getting whatever Zwen's delivering. Which probably means, since Sunder's our next location, that we will end up needing to use that code word. Back to the detective. Ouch. Yeah, that's the Tetra Smoker roll, right? Looks like he ran across more action than he could handle. So the door's panel was shot up, is that right? Smells like an ambush to me. But how could he miss that often with such a state-of-the-art cannon at close quarters like that? Just doesn't make any sense. Well, at least I can stop following up on safe house leads. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for staying on top of things, man. Reminds me of the old days. Listen, here's a little something to help you stay frosty. I've been using it instead of coffee to stay alert. It's got an amulet of alertness. Back to the grind, man. Time to sniff out some new leads. Right. Amulet of alertness protects from consciousness effects in battle. And why not? He's got an available slot for that. So we'll slot that in. Time minder in here. That doesn't look like it. Okay. Maybe there was one just inside. Or is that just the guy? Let us go back without a ticket. Yeah, it's just the guy. Let's go back without a ticket. Alright, so let's pop save. Al, do your magic. Al's gained a level, Grumpus has gained a level. Gaining is good. Thank you, and enjoy your flight.
Extrapolate, if you will, Schönhausen's theory of caustics by reflection.
Oh, that's easy. The catacaustic envelope of a moving line can be determined by... Uh-oh.
I'm sure I'll get through, but I think you're stuck.
Maybe they'll ask me an easy one.
Characterise gravity theories in relation to universally coupled scalar fields in the context of Dirac's large number hypotheses.
Oh, well, I didn't really want to go to Sunder anyway.
Don't worry, Mr. Boots. Let him ask his question. I'll take care of everything, Justin.
You've been to Sunder, you know the drill. Credentials can be faked, knowledge can't. Explain the Dayet's molecular viscosity process of fluoroaquifer systems in the Tentag system. That's easy. I wrote an article on the process for the Scientific Journal, if my memory serves. The key to the process is the polypropylene baffles in the carbon steel spiral mixers, or the key to the process is the carbon steel spiral mixers in the diaphragm valves, or the key to the process is the 403SS flanges housing ends in the polypropylene baffles, or the key to the process is the rubber-lined diaphragm valves in the 403SS flanges housing ends. We'll just take the last one, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter what you pick. The polymer dilution reserves low viscosity applications in the pressure drop blending, or the pressure drop blending reserves abrasion-resistant fluorocarbons in the polymer dilution, or the organic solvents reserve turbidity levels in the abrasion-resistant fluorocarbons, or the sorbital dashing reserves iron removal in the low viscosity applications. Molecular sieves synthesize thermal inorganic polymers through solid phase extraction, or polyphosphate derivatives synthesize thermal digital tritators through isokinetic sampling, or inorganic polymers synthesize thermal polyphosphocene derivatives through steam hydrodynamics, or digital titrators synthesize thermomolecular sieves through alkalinity titration. Too much technobabble. Finally, glycerine purification occurs with semi-permeable TFC membrane filters. Or, finally, nanofiltration occurs with preconditioning of amphiphilic macromolecules. Or, finally, anaerobic stream flow occurs with extracellular mucopolysaccharide synthesis. Or, finally, molecular adhesion occurs with a small aliquot of organonitrogen herbicides. Very succinct. I'd like to read the article someday. Have a nice flight, Doctor. As you can tell, it doesn't really matter what you pick. It's always right. You've been to Sunder, you know the drill. Credentials can be faked, knowledge can't. Illustrate Bessemer's polygenetic protocols and biomechanical post-fixation processing. Excuse me, do you speak Awugan by any chance? I'm afraid Awugan is not one of the 23 languages I know. Why? Well, my master is an Awugan from the Sagan system. He speaks an obscure provincial dialect. Luckily for you, I can serve as his translator today. Very well, as long as your translation skills are adequate. Illustrate Bessemer's phylogenetic protocols and biomechanical post-fixation processing. Ahem. I'm not even going to try to pronounce these, because these are all basically gibberish, but I'll take the funniest one at the bottom, which is flim flam floom flam. Initially, picritic superconductors buffer the cellular dehydrates, precipitating fixative hybridization. And the bottom one seems easy to pronounce. Mindro, Pindro, Candro, Kundro. Meanwhile, methacrylate embedding results in guanidium denaturants. Tubi ubi walla nubi abba naba. Cellulose chromatology enables transmigration of paraformaldehyde wiring and Guan's fixative. EO pla. In conclusion, supernet conductors process post-fixation perfusion fixed tissues. I know there's science on Awuga. You may proceed. Go. sign says, entrance or exit. Take your pick. Dr. Shootin, look at me, reduced to a gibbering jackass over a bag of peanuts. A kingdom for a bag of peanuts. Dr. Toko, I want some peanuts. You want some peanuts? I'll get it for you. It's a bit claustrophobic in the corner, isn't it? Dr. Cavendish. Dr. Shootin has been acting rather odd lately, hasn't he? Dr. Varnagot. Varignon. There have been reports of huge biomechanical vultures speeding off space debris in this sector. If we're lucky, we'll see one. Keep an eye open. Dr. Einbert Alstein. Must think harder. Must think harder. Stop it. Dr. Torricelli. I hope you like talking to people. It's funny, you got one of those faces. You make me want to talk to you. I bet you get a lot of that. Strangers telling you secrets they wouldn't tell their own therapists. Do you think I'll look like a movie star? I hoped you would come over here. I noticed you wearing a Corticom linguinator. I've been working on a side project that might just interest you. You see, most consumer linguinators on the market today are incredibly clumsy, especially that Corticom knockoff you're wearing. The translations are ungrammatical, and unknown slang even causes certain models to crash. Most importantly, if you come across languages that aren't already pre-programmed in the conversation module, you're sick out of luck. Now just imagine the Rosetta Stone of linguinators, one that translates alien languages that are not in the linguinator translation table. Here's how it works. First, the unknown languages run through a series of very complicated algorithms which check for recurring phonetic patterns and cross-reference them against the Bersnag-Filelli cipher. Then the actuator spits out an on-the-fly translation. Simple in theory, it took 15 painstaking years to develop. Here, plug this adapter into your linguinator. Do me a favor and report any bugs you might encounter. Boots got the Lab Linguinator adapter. This breakthrough is going to win me the Win Harmony Prize for Science. Captain Bale, we're on final approach to Calasium Starport, where they're enjoying partly cloudy skies and a high of 82 degrees. We hope you enjoy your stay on Sunder, and we thank you for flying on the Brain Train. And welcome to Sunder. Alright fellas, I did a CenterNet search for Dr. Ro Bowman and found out some stuff. Boots, you remember when I went on a self-help kick after reading a book called Mystech Awakens just a few months before I died? Well, the person we're looking for wrote it. I can't find a listing on the Calasium Scientist directory. The only reference I could find was a 6-month-old shipping log which shows laboratory equipment for an R. Bowman shipped to a building called the Rainbow Sanctuary. All searches for Rainbow Sanctuary come up blank. I'm afraid you're on your own, boys. So now that we're on Sunder, we apparently have to go find the Rainbow Sanctuary and Dr. Bobo. We were at Gate 5 and 6. Dr. Martin, movies are too long these days. I usually prefer the shorter, edited, in-flight version over the original director's cut. You know what else I hate? Those aren't we clever movies with obscure self-referential humor no one except the writer gets. Those drive me up the wall. You know what else I hate? Strangers assaulting me at the starport. Beat it before I call security. Dr. Unet, my flight's been delayed for 2 hours. Are you responsible? Not that I know of. I haven't blown up anything today. Professor Shog, what's nice about the Calisum starport is not having to deal with Baroulans handing out leaflets about class. Of course, no one's dumb enough to believe in class would even be on Sunder. Jerry Rickshaw, you know scientists all kind of look alike? Professor Molo, there's an okay planet to live on except for the food. I wish they'd open the Moon Burger out here. Except for about the heck later. Elijah, my life's been pretty good so far. I feel pretty lucky. I'm smart. I got a scholarship to study on Sunder. I mean, what an opportunity. No one's come to pick me up. I was expecting to see someone holding a sign with my name on it. Maybe I should call someone, but maybe I should stay here. Professor Bailey, I'm ruined. My assistant ran off with my notes. I've got a speech to deliver in less than an hour to a delegation from the Scientific Association. If I don't find my notes, I'm going to be the laughingstock at the conference. When I get my hands on that twit, I'm going to strangle him. See if I'm going to open with a Great Bapedri joke. Professor Lillian, I know it wasn't a very long flight, but my butt hurts. That's what always happens on airplanes. Or apparently space shuttles. Him yet? Yep, I've talked to him. Talked to him, haven't talked to these two yet. Dr. Aki, you're going to be in an awful lot of trouble if the Scientific Association gets wind of what you're up to, Dr. Engel. They're too wrapped up in soliciting funds for their precious grants to take notice of my extracurricular activities. I can assure you that no one will be the wiser as long as... Would you mind? This is a private conversation. I mind. I want to listen. I won't tell anyone. Promise. Professor Bondo, all I know is I know nothing. How very Socratic of you. Professor McGuire, I've been fascinated by arachnids ever since I got bitten by a spider when I was a freshman at the International Institute of Technology. Heh, McGuire, fascinated by arachnids. Do you know that the normal person swallows an average of 8 spiders during the course of their life while they sleep? I didn't mean to gross you out. See if anybody actually catches that reference. Dr. Mong Sr., I'll return within 2 cycles, my son. Focus on your work while I am absent. Dr. Mong Jr., Father, I am experiencing feelings of sorrow. Pay them no heed, my son. They will only interfere with your work. Father, what if the experiment fails because you are not here? The experiment will not fail because I am not here, my son. The experiment will fail if you make a careless mistake. Father, who is my mother? Now is not the appropriate time for this conversation, my son. Is it Dr. Yusp? She's always treated me differently, Father. Calm yourself, my son. Is it true you stole and took credit for a colleague's work at the university? Let us discuss this upon my return, my son. You are not my father. My son. My father is truly dead. And we got a time winder. Jewel pet, and save. And that puts us almost at the hour, which is actually pretty good timing because Sunder is one of the few locations in the game you can't actually get back to once you leave. So I'm going to need to make sure that we get everything that we're supposed to get while we're here. Shouldn't be too hard, but it does mean that this is a good place to pause. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.